All right, so I was reading this book with my sister. It's called The 5 a.m. Club, and it really inspired me, which is really weird because I don't read nonfiction books a lot because they're just really difficult for me to get into. And so she's told me she was reading this book called The 5 a.m. Club because she wanted to become a 5 a.m. girly. So I was like, "Ooh, let me read it." So I got the book. I borrowed it off Libby because I love using my library. Love to support the libraries. So I borrowed the book, and I was like, yeah, let me listen to this. So I started listening to it, and it's a really interesting book because it uses a fictionalized story to incorporate the 5 a.m. habits. And so I was like, ooh. So for the past few months, if you watch prior videos, I've been struggling with incorporating healthier habits into my lifestyle. Like I've tried 75 hard, I've tried 75 soft, I've tried 75 medium. I've tried a numerous amount of things, and because I'm neurodivergent, it's really difficult for me to find or to get in. It takes a How can I explain it? It takes a lot of time for something to become a habit for me. Like if I have one day off, it literally disrupts all of my previous weeks of progress because then I have to start all over in my mind. I don't know if anybody else's mind works that way, but that's how my mind works. So I was listening to this book and I was like, okay. So he got to the part where he was explaining the 5 a.m. club, which I don't know why they call it the 5 a.m. club because technically you wake up at about 4:40, and he does the 20-20-20 method. And so you get up at 4:40, and at 5 o'clock you do 20 minutes of exercise, and it's supposed to be intense. 20 minutes of like meditation, journaling, stuff like meditation and journaling, and then you do 20 minutes of learning. So like listen to a podcast or another nonfiction book or something like that. And it was the first time I felt like that was something that I can get into. So I was able to do it for a week, a couple of weeks ago. And then my period came early and it just threw me all the way off. So I said, you know what? I know I can do it. I've done it for a week. I'm going to start it. It's not super difficult, but it gives me an hour to do 3 different tasks, which I like, instead of it being like, with 75, with the 75 challenge, you were supposed to work out like 75 hard. You do 2 workouts
Oh
a
my
day,
God, bro.
and
Oh,
each workout is
hell
supposed to
no,
be
man.
45 minutes. That was stressful to me. It don't have a diet, because I'm just focused on the 20-20-20 method. Like, it does have other things, like, incorporated into it, like how to, like, plan out your day. Like, it just has a lot incorporated into it. I say you should read the book. It's a really good read. But so I'm going to work on just the 5 o'clock part. That's my goal. That's my focus. Just the 5 o'clock part. And so, since I already did it for a week, I figure I do Monday. Well, when I get up at 4:40, my day is gonna kind of look like this. I'm gonna do like stretches because I'm really bad with stretching before I work out, and I know it's something that I should be doing. So I'm gonna stretch. Then at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna do my workout, and I got it like spaced out into days. So like I'm gonna do yoga one day, I'm gonna do cardio, then I'm gonna do chest and triceps, back and biceps, and then I'm gonna do my glutes and abs, and then I'm gonna do another like cardio day because I have a walking path, so I'm like maybe walking for 20 minutes, and then my learning. Well, my journaling. So what I do for my journaling time block, since it's 20 minutes, is I journal for the morning, and then I journal, then I plan out my morning, which is a little different for me because I work from 7:30 to 4:30. So that time block is filled with work, but at the end of the day, I like plan out more. And then my learning. So for the first week, I did the 5 a.m. club book doing learning and took notes about what I read for that. The next book we're reading is More Than Enough by Elaine Welteroth. And while I wait on my sister to finish the 5 a.m. club, I'm also reading Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. And so those are going to be my learning books. And then I take notes on those to keep up with, what I'm doing. Sometimes during the learn, if stuff needs to be done around the house for that 20-minute block, like I put in a load of laundry, I might wash the dishes, like stuff like that. And then from 6 to 7, which is the hour I have before because it only takes me like 20 minutes to get to work. So from 6 to 7, I get ready for work, which has been allowing me to put more time and care into my appearance. Or sometimes I do, I'm not gonna lie, I crawl back into the bed and take a nap, which, sometimes I need, especially on days I work from home. It's easy for me to just, get back in the bed until 7:20. So yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. I have been incorporating like a be in bed by 9:30, and then I journal again about my day from at 9:30, and then I read. So, and I've also been trying to limit, because what I forgot to mention is screen time. So during the first hour, it's no phone. And then, although I use my iPad to take notes and plan. So during the first hour, it's no phone. And then I go I do no screen, like no social media until 7:30. And I put all my social media apps on a 3-hour time block, which hasn't been going that well. I'm not gonna lie. I hit and remind me in 15 minutes a lot, especially on the weekend. But then I've been reading at night, which I do anyway, but I've been doing it more consistently. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to start. That's what I've been interested in. And I really hope I can stick to this one, since it's not as intense as the 75 challenge. It's still allowing me the freedom to, like eat, eat what I want, which I'm a pretty decent eater anyway. Like, cause I fast in the morning. I only eat breakfast if I'm at home. So like on the weekends. And then, yeah, I've been doing a lot of meal prepping, so that has been helpful. But yeah, so I'm going to start documenting my journey for real this time, because one of my goals is to lean into my content creation. I'm not trying to like make money from it. I just want to document it because I do enjoy documenting. So I plan on leaning into more of my content creation, going back to streaming the way that I was streaming prior to Love Island coming out. So yeah. So today I have some stuff I'm gonna work on and get some stuff together. But But yeah, so thank you. If you want to join me in the 5 a.m. club, I'll be putting some information on the screen as we go through the as I go through the video and edit it. All right, bye.